Good morning, students. Let's see the continuity of de Broglie elements. Today we are going to discuss about oxidation states of transition elements. Okay, so this is important. So oxidation states of transition elements. Transition elements shows variable oxidation states. Variable oxidation states means they can exhibit different oxidation states, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, like that. Okay, we can also represent these variable oxidation states. Transition element shows variable valencies. Valencies means number of bonds around the central atom is called as its valency. What is the valency of carbon? Tetravalency, 4. Carbon can able to form 4 bonds around it. Okay, clear? So we can also call it as valencies here. Okay, remember this. So why transition element shows different oxidation states? What is the reason to show different oxidation states or variable oxidation states? That means N minus 1 D and Ns electrons involved in bonding, chemical bonding. Which electrons are involved in the bonding with other atoms in the transition elements? The transition elements N minus 1 D penultimate cell and Ns electrons are always participate in chemical bond. Am I right? So that is one of the reason to show variable oxidation state. Okay, and N minus 1 D and Ns electrons having nearly similar energies and one of the important reason to show variable oxidation state, transition elements have number of unpaired electrons in n minus 1 d orbitals, mostly, but G fulfilled. So most of the transition elements having unpaired electrons, that means single electrons in d orbitals. That is one of the reason. Okay, to show variable oxidation state. Okay, for example, iron can show plus 2 and also iron can show plus 3 oxidation state. Iron exhibit plus 2 and also plus 3. That is the variable oxidation state of iron here. Okay, remember this. Oxidation states of 3D transition series 3D transition series, and also we call it as first transition series or first row of transition series. Am I right? Okay, so what are they? This series starts from scandium to zinc. Am I right? Scandium to zinc. This is 3D transition series. 3D transition series or first transition series. Am I right? So totally 10 elements are present in 3D transition series. Clear? So in this most stable, most common oxidation state, common oxidation state most common oxidation state of first transition series is plus 2. except scandium. Okay, it shows +3 in the stable oxidation state. Stable oxidation stable oxidation state. Scandium directly shows +3 oxidation state, that is the common oxidation state of scandium, but remaining 9 elements shows +2 is the common oxidation state. Write the question here. Name the element which do not show +2 common oxidation state in 3D transition series. In 3D, what is the answer? Okay, so it does not show variable oxidation state. Remember this. The most common oxidation state of first transition series +2 except scandium, that is common oxidation state. Common oxidation state of scandium is +3. Remember this. This is the stable oxidation state of scandium. Okay, so it does not show +2 oxidation state here. So that in 3D transition, now what is the answer? Scandium does not show +2 oxidation state as common. So what is the common oxidation states? It shows only +3. That is the stable oxidation state. That is stable oxidation state of scandium. Remember this. What is the electronic configuration of scandium? Argon 4s2 3d1. Am I right? 3d1. So this is argon noble gas. Am I right? 18 electrons here. Scandium atomic number is 21. Am I right? What is the atomic number of scandium? 21. Suppose this scandium lose these 3 electrons, 2 plus 1, 3 electrons, it lose 3 electrons. Then scandium lose 3 electrons, it becomes scandium +3. Am I right? It lose 3 electrons. 3 electrons. Scandium plus 21 electrons in scandium, it lose 3 electrons. The remaining electrons 18. So it consists 18 electrons. Am I right? 18 means nearest noble gas argon configuration. Am I right? 18 electrons means nearest noble gas configuration. So scandium +3 means it consists 18 electrons. In argon, how many electrons present? 18. So here scandium +3 gets nearest noble gas configuration. So it is stable. It is stable. So in this manner, scandium shows maximum +3 oxidation state. That is the common oxidation state. Why? What is the purpose to show +3 oxidation state here? To get this stability. When it loses 3 electrons, it have 18 electrons. Then 18 electrons are the nearest noble gas electronic configuration. That is argon. It processes 18 electrons. Am I right? 18 electrons. Am I right? 18 electrons. So in this manner, scandium maximum shows +3 oxidation state. That is the common. It does not show +2 oxidation state majorly. Remember this. That means zinc cannot show, scandium cannot show variable oxidation state. Remember this. Scandium cannot show variable oxidation state. It only shows +3. Okay? But iron can show variable oxidation state Fe+2 and Fe+3. Note. Scandium does not show variable oxidation state. That means like Fe+2, Fe+3. Okay, it does not show variable oxidation state. It's only +3 only. There is is no other oxidation state. Okay, remember this, very very important. And next one is N minus 1d and Ns. In this, the electrons first remove from Ns. Electrons removed from Ns orbital. Then after electrons removed from N minus 1d. Remember this. First electrons, you want to remove the electron, first go for Ns. Remove the electron. Then after we go for N minus 1d. Remember this point. It is very useful in further calculation of magnetic momentum. So we have to remove the electron first Ns. Then we go for N minus 1d. Remember this point. Okay. So don't remove the electrons first N minus 1d orbital. Go for Ns first only. Okay. Remember this point. Transition elements in their compounds, that means transition elements with some other elements, they become as compounds. Okay, transition elements in their compounds with low oxidation states known as OUS. Transition elements in their compounds with high oxidation state known as ick. Known as ick. Clear? Let's see the example. FeO, iron oxide, we call it is ferrous oxide. Ferrous oxide. So calculate the oxidation state of iron here. How many iron atoms here we have? 1. So taken as X. 1 oxygen here we have. Oxygen always process -2 in this compound. Now -2 is equals 0. Am I right? So now X is equals to +2. That means in this compound iron shows Fe+2 oxidation state. Okay. So what about this compound Fe2O3? This is also iron compound, transition metal and its compounds. Okay. This is called ferric oxide. Ferric oxide. So calculate the oxidation state of iron here. How many iron atoms here we have? 2. So taken as 2H and 3 oxygen -2 charge, then is equals 0. So 2x minus 6 equals 0. 2x equals to +6. Then x is equals +3. What is the oxidation state of iron in this compound? Fe+3. This is called ferric. And this is called ferrous. So ferrous. Why here oxidation state is +2, low oxidation state. In this compound oxidation state is +3, it is maximum oxidation state. Am I right? So transition elements in their compound with low oxidation states, we call it is us. Transition elements with maximum oxidation states, then we call it is ick. Ferrous and ferric. Okay, clear students? transition elements in their compounds with low oxidation states, that is plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3, or ionic compounds. Which nature? Ionic. Transition elements with low oxidation states. Transition elements in the particular compounds. Then what is the nature of that compound? Ionic nature with low oxidation states. Okay. So with high oxidation state, the compounds are covalent compounds. All the bonds are covalent bonds. Okay. For example, manganate ion, the formula is MnO4 minus. So in the MnO4 minus, calculate oxidation state of manganese. How many manganese atoms here we have? Only one. So taken as X. 4 oxygens, each oxygen carries -2 charge. Oxygen process to -2 charge. What is the charge? -2. How many oxygens here we have? 4. Multiply with -2 charge. Then is equals to minus means -1 here. Here these ions process -1 charge. So equal to -1. There is a charge -1, then we can equal to -1. X minus 8 is equals to -1. X equals to -1 plus 8. X equals to how much? Plus 7. What is the oxidation state of manganese here? Plus 7. So maximum oxidation state. Okay. So it is covalent in nature. So it is covalent. All bonds are covalent in nature in MnO4 minus. Am I right clear? So why? Because it shows maximum oxidation state. Maximum oxidation state of manganese, that is plus 7. Am I right? So MnO4 minus is covalent. Okay. So let us take one more example. KMnO4, potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate what is the oxidation state of manganese? Here potassium plus 1, oxygen minus 2. Remember this. And one manganese, here we have one potassium with plus 1 plus 4 oxygen minus 2 is equals 0. Then X equals plus 7. What is the oxidation state of manganese in KMnO4? Plus 7. So covalent in nature. Maximum oxidation state compounds are called as covalent in nature. Minimum oxidation number compounds are called as ionic in nature in the case of transition elements and their compounds. Remember this point. Okay. Clear? Let's see. Within the group, in the transition elements, we have the group that is from third B to second group. So these are all groups. Group means column. This is called group. Third B, fourth group, like that. Okay. Clear? So in the transition series we have the groups. We have groups, am I right? In the group from top to bottom, oxidation state increases with atomic number. let's see the example. Let's see the example. Suppose eighth group, eighth group. In the eighth group, what are the elements? Iron and ruthenium and osmium. This is belongs to 3D transition. This is 4D and this is 5D transition. What is the atomic number of iron? 26, and here ruthenium 44, and here it is 76. Atomic number is increases from top to bottom in the group. These are all transition elements. From the top to bottom, this belongs to 3D, 4D, 5D. Atomic number 26 and 44. Okay, and 76. Atomic number is increases from top to bottom. Then their oxidation states also increases. Suppose in this case, iron shows +2 and +3. Okay, iron. Ruthenium maximum oxidation state and osmium also +8, +4, +6 also. Ruthenium and oxygen maximum oxidation state +8 maximum state. That means oxidation state increases or not? Increases. Clear? So in a particular group in the transition elements, their oxidation states increases from top to bottom while increase the atomic number. Remember this point. Okay. So here ruthenium osmium shows maximum oxidation state +8. Why? Because they have maximum atomic number. Okay, they can show +4, +6 also. And iron shows +2, +3 only. Low oxidation state, high oxidation. Why it is low oxidation state? Its atomic number is 26 only. Here it is 76. Clear now up to? So and next one is some of the transition elements shows zero oxidation states in their compounds. Let's see the example, very important. Nickel tetracarbonyl, this is one compound, and another compound is iron pentacarbonyl. This is also one more example. Okay, in these two cases, oxidation state of nickel is 0, oxidation state of iron is 0 here. Remember this. Okay, so why it is 0? We have this separate topic is there. So nickel and iron shows 0 oxidation state in this compound, even both are transition elements. Okay, remember this. So here we should need to mention what type of bond is present in this here. Pi bond character accepting, pi character is accepting along with sigma bond. Pi bond means it consists of two electrons, it is ready to donate the electrons. Am I right? Suppose if we consider nickel tetracarbonyl, okay, these carbonyl compounds donate the 2 electrons to nickel. How many electrons? 2 electrons to nickel. Okay, clear? How many electrons this can donate to nickel? The central atoms, 2 electrons. Okay, clear? So these COs are called as ligands here. What we call it is ligands. In this phenomena we observe pi character. Why? Because it donates 2 electrons like coordinate covalent bond. That means we represent here it is pi character. The electrons are accepting towards nickel. Okay, remember this. And sigma bonds also possible here. So this is the neutral complex structures. This is neutral complex. You can also measure like this also. Neutral complex structures. Okay, in the neutral complex structures, oxidation state of central metal is 0. Remember this point. Relative stability of oxidation states of a given transition elements can be explained based upon stability of D0, D5, D10. These configurations are stable. Remember this. Stable. Stable. Very, very important. D0 or D5, D10 electronic configuration you observed in the transition elements in their compounds. Then the compounds are very stable. Okay, remember this. Let us see the example. Let us titanium plus 4 and titanium plus 3. Both are source variable oxidation state, am I right? Both are titanium, same element. So plus 4 and it is plus 3. Am I right? So now which one is more stable? Which one is more stable? Which one is more stable? That is the question. Which one is more stable? Okay. So let's write the question. So which one is more stable? So now titanium, what is the atomic number of titanium? 22. Titanium plus 4 means it loses how many electrons? 4 electrons, am I right? Titanium plus 4 means then how many electrons it has? 18 electrons, am I right? 18. Now what about titanium plus 3? How many electrons it loses? Titanium 3 electrons, titanium plus 3. The remaining electrons 19 and titanium plus 3. So titanium right electronic configuration argon 4s2 18 plus 2. This is 18 plus 2 20 and 3d 2, am I right? 4s2 3d2 18 plus 2 20 plus 22. So now if you leave titanium plus 4 means it loses 4 electrons. Then what is the electronic configuration? Argon. First remove these 2 electrons, then it becomes 4s0, and we should need to remove 2 more electrons, that is from 2 3d. So now 3d, here 3d 0. Okay, observe that. Come to titanium plus 3, it can able to lose 3 electrons here, 2 electrons from s. First we have to remove the electron from s orbitals only. So remove the 2 electrons. So we should need to remove 1 more electron, that is from d, that is 3d1. 1 electron removed from here. So this is the electronic configuration of titanium plus 3. This is the electronic configuration of titanium plus 3. Now which one is more stable? Here D0 configuration is observed. So it is stable. Okay. So this one becomes stable. Clear? Titanium plus 4 is the more stable. So therefore titanium plus 4 shows D0 configuration. So it becomes stable than titanium plus 3. It is stable, it is more reactive. More, why? Because unpaired electron is available. So it can able to react with another very readily. Okay, it is more reactive, less reactive, more stable. Remember this. Okay, clear? And let's see Fe plus 2 and Fe plus 3. Which one is more stable? More stable. Ferrous and ferric. So now what is the electronic configuration of atomic number is 20? That is argon 4s2 3d6, am I right? 4s2 3d6, 18 plus 2 20 plus 6 26. So first we have to write Fe plus 2. Fe plus 2 means remove 2 electrons from this. So now it is argon, remove the 2 electrons, 4s0 3d6, am I right? And what about Fe plus 3 ferric ion? We need to remove 3 electrons, 2 electrons from S, 1 electron from 3d, then 3d5, am I right? 18 plus 3 23, am I right? Clear? So now 3d5 means 1 2 3 4 5, completely altered electronic configuration. So d5 configuration is stable, am I right? This is stable, this is stable. Clear, students? Is it clear? Transition elements in their compounds shows their oxidation states differ by unity, that means example vanadium source plus 2 and vanadium plus 3 oxidation state, vanadium plus 4 and vanadium plus 5. These oxidation states can also represent Roman numbers like this. V2 means we can represent like this. V3 means this is Roman number. V4 means, and this is what is the oxidation state? Roman numbers represents oxidation states. Clear, ma'am? So now what is the difference between these two? Only 1. 2 plus 3. What is the difference? 1. 3 plus 4. 1 only. In this manner, the oxidation states observed in transition elements in their compounds. Is it clear? What is the difference in the oxidation states? Only unity. One difference is only. Okay. But in non-transition elements, that is P block, we consider like P block, oxidation states differ by unit of 2. Let's see the examples. Indium plus 1, Indian iron, okay. Indium, iron, indium, boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, 13th group element. It can shows iron plus 3. Now what is the difference between these two? Unit difference, unit of 2 difference, am I right? What is the oxidation state difference? Non-transition elements. It is not indium, is not a transition element. It is P block element, 13th group element. Remember this. One check it in the periodic table. So plus 1 plus 3. What is the difference? 2. But here in the transition elements, the difference is unity, that is 1. Remember that point. Okay. In solutions, transition compounds are stable is explained by electrode potentials. So the stability of transition compounds in the solution medium explained by electrode potential. Electrode potential means, so this is electrolyte, suppose electrolyte which allows the electricity. Copper sulfate is electrolyte. Electrolyte means which can allow the electricity. Okay, this is the metallic rod. It is a metal like zinc or copper. Suppose this is the copper. Okay, so this is called as electrode. So at this point there is a charge difference. So suppose plus 2, Cu plus 2, SO4 minus 2, here it is 0. So suppose here Cu 0, in the solution it exhibits plus 2. 0 plus 2, charge difference is there, that is called here electrode potential. Okay, charge difference between copper, that means electrode, and electrolyte is called as electrode potential. We have the concept later. So stability of the transition compounds in the solutions explained. Copper is transition metal. Okay, so explain the stability in the solution form with respect to electrode potential means the potential difference between electrode and ions, okay, in the solution. And let's see the important concept here. The next one, ionization energy. IE means ionization energy or ionization potential or ionization enthalpy also we call it is. So ionization energy is inversely proportional to oxidation state stability, that we call it is thermodynamical stable. Ionization energy is inversely proportional to thermodynamic stable. Let's see the example. If ionization energy is more, thermodynamic stability is less. Ionization energy is less, thermodynamic stability is more. For example, in the case of nickel in +2 oxidation state, you can also write this Ni +2, am I right? +2. And platinum +2 oxidation state, both are transition elements are platinum 2. You can also write like this. So now which one is more thermodynamically stable? Which oxidation state is more stable here? Okay, that means nickel has low ionization energy right here. This is the nickel. First of all, it loses 2 electrons, then it becomes Ni+1, it gives electron. This ionization energy is called as first ionization energy, am I right? So you know the definition, amount of energy is required to remove the electron from the valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom is called as ionization energy or ionization potential or ionization enthalpy. Clear? Okay. So if you want to remove the electron, we have to apply some energy. That energy is called ionization energy. Here and remove one electron, so it becomes Ni+1. That energy is called first ionization energy, IE1. So next, one more electron from this positive ion, that we use ionization energy, that is second ionization energy, then it becomes Ni+2 by loss of another electron. So nickel becomes Ni+2 by the loss of 2 electrons, am I right? Okay, now sum of first 2 ionization energies of nickel is less than platinum. Ionization, sum of the first 2 ionization of energies of nickel is less than platinum. So sum of the ionization energies first and second ionization of platinum is more than nickel. So nickel +2 is thermodynamically more stable Why? Because it has less ionization energy with respect to first and second ionization energy. Clear? So, but in the case of sum of first four ionization energies, that is ionization energy 1 plus ionization energy 2 plus ionization energy 3 plus ionization energy 4. Add 4 ionization. Remove the 4 electron. In this case, ionization energy of platinum is less than ionization energy of nickel. If you remove 4 electron, in this case, which one has least ionization energy? Platinum. So, if you remove 4 electron, means what is the oxidation state? 4. Nickel 4. And for platinum, nickel also 4. In this case, which one is more? It has less ionization energy. Less ionization energy. So, more thermodynamical stable. So, platinum is more thermodynamical stable. Why? Because in the fourth, some of the four ionization energy case, platinum is the more thermodynamical stable and it is less ionization energy. But in the case of some of the two ionization energies, nickel has less ionization energy than platinum. So nickel is more thermodynamically stable. This is the relation, inversely proportional relation. Okay, students, we will meet again on tomorrow. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.